The Indianapolis Colts have moved on from Carson Wentz in favor of Matt Ryan, but will that be enough to get them into the postseason after missing out on the playoffs last year, Matt? What do you think?
Yes, because if they were able to do it with Phillip Rivers, I think they can absolutely do it with Matt Ryan. I think Matt Ryan was actually probably a little bit better than what Rivers was at that time period. Not to mention, they've had another year of allowing Pittman to progress. Jonathan Taylor has become the second best, probably behind King Henry, as far as running backs go. The defense is still strong. And overall, I think this AFC South is actually down a little bit because of what the Tennessee Titans did during the offseason, getting rid of A.J. Brown. It's not going to be as dynamic of an offense this year. So I think the Colts, it's their division to win, and I think Matt Ryan is absolutely better than what they got out of Carson Wentz last year. And he's going to lead them to at least a playoff berth, if not one playoff win.
I'm just not so sure about that. By virtue of the division, the Colts, this should be their division. Obviously, You mentioned with the leaving of A.J. Brown from Tennessee, that makes, as you literally said, that makes that offense just a bit less explosive. But there's not much explosiveness when I look at this Indianapolis Colts offense outside of Jonathan Taylor, and he appears to be the guy who needs to take a step forward if this team wants to take another step forward and make a deep run into the playoffs. It's going to have less to do with Matt Ryan and more to do with Jonathan Taylor. Let's not forget that Matt Ryan is 37 years old. Matt Ryan was 21st in QBR last year, 18th in passer rating. All those marks were below Carson Wentz. Do we believe that Matt Ryan is going to be better than Carson Wentz was last year? And let's remind, Carson Wentz threw 27 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions. Yes, he had some very bad moments, particularly down the stretch. But again, we're talking about Matt Ryan, who threw more interceptions than Carson Wentz last season, less touchdowns. So I think this team should be about where it was last year, in my opinion. I don't know if Matt Ryan is going to be the guy who takes them over the hump. And also, Nick Foles is that backup quarterback. I have the same amount of confidence in Nick Foles as I do in Matt Ryan being able to take this team and take it to where it wants to go. Because, I mean, as we know, the Indianapolis Colts are going to be a run-first team that depends on its defense. So that's where I'm at with it. You seem like you disagree.
No, I did. Yeah, I mean, first of all, real quick, you talked about Carson Wentz. His favorite thing to do was throw the deep ball to Michael Pittman. Their explosiveness is there because I think Pittman is taking those next steps to become the man in Indianapolis.
Sure. But outside of Michael Pittman, Paris Campbell is their
but again,
early depth chart number one wide receiver.
Jonathan Taylor, nowadays in the offense, with the way the football is played nowadays in the NFL, if you have that Jonathan Taylor type running back, you can use him in the passing game.
Sure.
You can do play action. It sets up a lot for Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan was on the Falcons. Like, I'm going to give a little bit of an asterisk because that Falcons team was not that great.
Fair.
Colts should make it.
Let us know in the comments, is Matt Ryan going to be the difference? Is he going to be the man to take the Indianapolis Colts to the playoffs and beyond? Let us know. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bvmsports.com.